Hi everyone, Andrew here again, out and about for another walk around the beautiful Lao Cai in Vietnam. I'm doing some more testing with my DJI Osmo Pocket 2. I'm on 4K 30 frames today. Yesterday I did 24 frames. Actually uploaded the video, I think, eventually in 1080. There's some issues with trying to get the file to upload. It's quite a big file size, as you can imagine, when it's in 4K. But we'll try and upload the full thing today, 30 frames in 4K. I'm using the color profile called Cine-like, which is a second color profile on the Osmo Pocket 2. The standard color profile sets everything on a sort of an automatic basis and is almost like baked in saturation, etc., etc. Whereas this is a flat profile where I can actually go into DaVinci Resolve on my iPad and make some changes to the colors, a little bit with the exposure and various settings to try and get the dialed in colors that I'm after to make it as realistic as possible. And just on that as well, I've decided to just alter the exposure value. It tends to overexpose because of the cloud. You can see up here very, very bright grey white clouds that tend to look very white on the camera. So it'll be interesting to see what I can do later in terms of getting that as best as possible. Yeah, let me give you a switch round. You can certainly see where I'm at. I'm just walking around some of the streets here. Some of the ones I've not been around near the hotel. It's nice to have a little wander about. I got some good steps done yesterday. I had 2 big walks yesterday. Today I'm going to do a similar thing. This is my sort of lunchtime walk. Get out and about. But it's a bit grey. It's bright. Obviously you can see the sky is bright, but it's very grey at the moment. There's some rain hovering around. Temperatures are hovering around that 15 degrees or so, so it feels quite chilly. I've got the bobble hat on and the jacket. But again, it's good to get out, get the heart rate up a little bit and get some steps. We're almost the end of February now, so just getting as many extra steps in as I can on that last day. The last couple of days, making the most of that, and then obviously can start March as I mean to go on. I've still got a bit of a cough. It's only a little one now, but it's still hanging around. I mean, it's over a week ago I had flu, but I'm almost back to full fitness there. But yeah, it's nice to show you what I'm seeing when I'm walking around. It's giving me a chance to experiment a little bit with the camera, and obviously experiment a little bit afterwards with the post settings. Try and actually make some edits in terms of today's experiment, like I say, is about the color correction, and the profile that it uses a flat color profile. What you won't be able to see what the original looks like, but it's a very grey flat profile, but it captures a lot of data and enables you to really make some changes to the footage afterwards. I suppose it's a little bit like a raw footage that it takes, and then you've got all that control in terms of contrast and brightness and color and saturation that it generally is just baked into the film when you use the standard color profile. And I want to have a little play and see if I can dial it into what I'm looking like, what I would like. And then obviously once I've created that color profile I'm happy with, in theory, every time I then upload it, I'll use the same mask or the same I don't know what you call it, a LUT, I think, just the changes that I've made. I'll make the same ones to each video as I upload it. I'm just interested to see what the sky looks like today. Very overexposed yesterday, but it's obviously exposing for my face because I'm walking in front of the camera here, so it's not really interested in what's going on there. And the type of camera that this is designed for vlogging. But I'll just see whether I can pull out a little bit more of the sky using the color profile, the Cine-like, later on. But yeah, fantastic. I mean, we're coming towards the weekend fast as well, and the rugby league season is well underway. Warrington having lost 1 match and won 1 match. I think that's an okay start to the season, considering. Hopefully they'll do well this year and keep pushing forward. It's a momentum in that sort of game, isn't it? One win generally can lead to another, so I'm expecting another win this weekend from them. I'm not really sure what's going on with Manchester United though at the moment. They seem to be having lots of troubles. They still get away with it, and above mid-table. I think 6th position or something like that. I don't know the exact number, but they get away with playing badly in terms of finish this season, but it's just not like it used to be under Sir Alex Ferguson, and I don't think it was ever going to be. All the other teams obviously are getting better as well, but I'm much more interested in the rugby league, to be honest, than my football at the moment. I'm watching the golf actually on the TV. There's been some good events recently. They had the Middle East Swing and Abu Dhabi and Dubai Creek and Dubai Creek, Emirates Golf Club, and then they were in. They've been to Ras Al Khaimah, Qatar. I think they've just been Kenya. So I'm enjoying watching the golf on the telly actually. Looking forward to the Live golf this weekend with Anthony Kim coming back, having been sort of, I suppose, retired from golf after an injury and an insurance paid out, and part of that insurance was he wasn't allowed to play in professional golf events, and now he's joined Live. I'm assuming they've paid back the insurance money so that he can get out of that clause and be able to play in professional events again. So it'll be interesting to see how he performs. I'm sure he's been playing golf over the years, but sorry. Sure, he's been playing fun golf, keeping his game going, and we'll see how he goes when he plays in a tournament. So, what are you going to do today to improve your tomorrows? It's always a question. As soon as I wake up in the morning, thinking, what can I do today to improve my tomorrows? What can I do today on my journey to losing weight and getting healthy? What decisions am I going to make each and every day, and in particular one day at a time, that's going to build into something that I'm looking for, the journey of losing weight and getting healthy. It's not a 2-minute thing, it's a long-term change that's going to last. So getting up and thinking, right, what am I going to eat? What choices of food am I going to look at today? How much exercise am I able to do today? And I'm planning that out. And because I also think about that before bedtime as well, the thinking is well formed by the time I get up and out in the morning. Today's about doing as many steps as possible. And moving into March, I'm hoping to get myself a bike so that I can start back into this slightly more energetic form of cardio that I was used to in the UAE. I think I said in a couple of videos ago that I've not put on any weight and I've not lost any weight. I'm staying stable while I'm here, which is great. It means that the combination of a better healthy diet and movement is in steps has been making a difference for me. So I'm going to keep doing that, and it's important that that's going to keep building towards what I'm after, which is the weight loss and the health to benefit me long into my older age. As I say, I'm only 47, but you've got to think about these things. And I want to be there for my family as much as possible. And talking of which, I need to be careful here crossing the road. Notice I'm not looking at the camera. Important if you're vlogging and you're walking around the road is not to focus on the camera, it's to focus on the road around you. But yeah, I'm enjoying using this camera. It's fun, it's easy to use, it slips into the pocket, no problem at all. So the only issue I find is you've got to take the card out, you've got to connect it to your computer or your iPhone, etc. It can be done Wi-Fi wirelessly, but it's still a step extra that you don't get when you film things directly with your phone. But I'm hoping that the effort I'm making in terms of editing and improving the quality of the actual picture outweighs that little bit of extra step. I suppose it all depends on how much time you've got to do these things, isn't it? If you've not got a lot of time to do things, it's much easier just to upload it on the iPhone. And let's be honest, people are not watching these videos for the quality of the video itself. It might be to see what I get to see. It might be to listen to what I'm listening to or talking about, and it certainly won't be the actual quality of the picture, I'm pretty sure. And in years to come, this quality, no matter how good it is now, won't be as good as the future qualities available. So iPhone, mobile phone is the easy way to do things, but I want to play around a little bit. Got a bit of time to play with the editing and learn a little bit about color correction and how I can I suppose they call it a signature profile. You're creating your own look to a video that you can then apply to every video that you make. And although your phone does that anyway, it's a fixed one that everybody has the same. You know, looking through my own eyes at the moment, everything is a little bit washed out, a little bit faded, a little bit grey. You know, the sky's grey, isn't it? So why would it be all very saturated and bright and green and bright colours? It's just not what's happening, apart from when you see like LCD screens, etc. But the actual, you know, the ground I'm looking at here, it's dull, it's grey. And the iPhone tends to brighten things up a bit too much, which I think is a bit too unrealistic. I like my videos to look as realistic as possible. I've noticed watching some TV shows on Netflix, etc., is that a lot of the films and TV shows at the moment are also quite dull or desaturated for their realism. You certainly notice it when there's something comes on that's a bit bright and in your face. It tends to be the kids' cartoons, etc. Show you some of the shops as I walk past. Just waffling on here really, just to keep the video going, so I've got something to edit in later. It's my standard walk now. I'm back on the road that I normally walk to, through the centre, that goes through the centre of Lao Cai, near the park, and then obviously by the river where the video was yesterday. Tend to walk in different directions, but ultimately end up in the same general area and then come back from there. It's one of those places where you can't really get lost. There's not a lot of places to discover in terms of extra areas, so you always find your way back without having to use the GPS. I suppose if it was a bit more things to get lost in, you just use your GPS and find your way back, but I seem to know my way around now. But it's interesting when you live somewhere like this and you're walking around, you never really know the names of the streets, you never really know any landmarks as such. You just know where you are and you know where you're going, and it sort of becomes second nature. You don't need to rely on GPS systems to find your way around, or maps, etc. There we go. So yeah, just enjoying this process, walking around, getting the exercise done, keeping myself busy. I put on my podcast, and I've got a varied sort of, I suppose, listening library of podcasts that I'm spending time on. You know, anything from Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO to lots of technology podcasts, in particular stuff to do with Apple, some golf ones and some rugby ones as well. And I just watch, you don't watch podcasts, well, I suppose you can do. They're doing these podcasts now on YouTube, aren't they, that are basically video casts or vodcasts. But I tend to listen to little bits of each of the podcasts, and if something keeps my attention, I'll listen all the way through. And because a lot of them release on a regular basis, it's hard to keep up with all of them. So I just pick and choose as I go. I take a slightly different path through this section here. Flip the camera around, you'll see, probably can't, well, you can't see the river, but just through that gap between those buildings is the river. I'm not going to walk through the front there because that's where I was yesterday. I'm going to cross the road here and walk down this path here, or road. Struggling a bit speaking today. I think I've still got some of this going on, and to get myself a bottle of water or an energy drink, I think, and just keep my mouth wet and keep my hydration levels up, because it's very easy to get dehydrated. Even though it's a cold weather, you've still got to drink. And having been ill and things, you tend to lose a lot of salts and sugars. It's a lovely little street, this, actually. The cafe there. 3-4 story buildings here. Yeah, just going to take the video up to the square and then we'll end the video. But some people like these videos of just watching somebody walking through a town that they've never been to, and certainly I like doing that as well. And some days I might have something interesting to say. Some days I'm testing, like I'm doing today, the camera and the audio and the eventually the editing. Still new to the editing stuff, but Should really do a video of me actually editing a video. It'd be quite interesting to go through the process, but when you're at my level of doing these things, you tend to make lots of mistakes, and you're jumping on YouTube videos, you're jumping on Google, and it's not really making an interesting video because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just hitting and hoping, as they say, and if I like it, I'll stick with it. If I don't, I reset it, and that's a good thing. You can't really break a video. You always got the original version that you can come back to, and every time you do some sort of edit or some sort of change to the colours, you can reset them, especially with DaVinci Resolve and LumaFusion. I do my editing on my iPad. It's so quick and easy, and you can upload directly to YouTube from them as well, which is quite helpful. That's a beautiful flower though, isn't it? Plant. Try and get a nice view of that. Yeah, beautiful place. So what are you going to do today to improve your tomorrow? Get up, get out and get it done. Do something today. Yeah, that's it. Just something simple, whatever it is, towards your goals, towards your ambitions, and just make it happen. I'm going to leave you with a little spin round here of this beautiful place. So this is the centre park here in Lao Cai Centre. Get up, get out and get it done. Do something today to improve your tomorrows, and what can be measured can be improved. Stay safe, and I'll see you all again soon for another awesome update. Take care.